Good morning, my dear Akshans. How are you all? I think you're all staying safe. Yes? Sure. Be at home. Don't go out unnecessarily. Stay safe. When you go out, don't forget to wear mask. Shall we move into the topic? So, are you interested what topic we are going to learn today? Today, we are going to see about some microbes which cause diseases. So, what are the diseases which is caused by microbes in humans, animals and plants? Are you ready for the topic? Shall we move into the topic? Yes. The first, what are the diseases caused in humans by these microbes? Let us see some of the diseases. The first disease is called tuberculosis. The causative organism is bacteria. Let us learn the name of the bacteria today. That is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. That is the name of the bacteria. This tuberculosis affects the lungs like coronavirus. It is similar to coronavirus where the lungs are affected. So, the mode of transmission is air. I think you can remember the different modes of transmission we have learned, that is air, water, sexual contact, physical contact, through vectors. Yes, there are different modes of transmission of diseases. So, today we are going to see some of the diseases and its mode of transmission. The second disease is measles. Measles is a viral disease and the name of the virus is Rubiola virus. The name of the virus which causes measles is Rubiola virus and the mode of transmission is through air. Next disease is called chickenpox. The name of the virus is Varicella zoster. That is the name of the virus. Chickenpox, Varicella zoster, and it is transmitted through air and through contact. Next is poliovirus. Poliovirus causes the disease called polio, and it is caused by contaminated air and water. Now let us see about the famous personality Robert Koch. He is actually a German physician and in 1876 he investigated the anthrax disease cycle. In 1882 he discovered the bacteria which is responsible for tuberculosis. So bacteria he discovered. So it is called as Koch's disease. So which disease is called Koch's disease is tuberculosis because he is the person who discovered this bacteria which caused this tuberculosis. In 1883, he studied the bacteria that causes cholera. So, cholera bacteria is also discovered by Robert Koch. So, all these credit goes to the personality Robert Koch. So, how to prevent from these diseases? Let us see some preventive measures. So, we have seen about tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox and polio. So, how to prevent these diseases? First one, the patient should be isolated. Second one, keep the belongings of the patient away from others. So, we should not touch the infected person's belongings. Third one, vaccination at the right age. That is very, very important. Vaccination at right age is very, very important aspect. So, every child should be vaccinated at the right time. Let me tell about one important vaccine which is given for tuberculosis. That is BCG. What is BCG is Bacillus calmette-guerin, or we can say it as Bacillus calmette-guerin. Both are right. So we will say it as Bacillus calmette-guerin. This is a vaccination for tuberculosis. Now let us see two more diseases, cholera and typhoid. Cholera and typhoid both are bacterial disease. The name of the bacteria is Vibrio cholerae. That is the name of the bacteria. It is caused by the contaminated food. Next is typhoid. Typhoid is also a bacterial disease. The name of the bacteria is Salmonella typhi and it is caused by the contaminated water. So how to prevent these diseases? Let us see. That is the preventive measures. First one, we have to maintain our personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. We should keep ourselves clean. That is very, very important. For example, this picture shows a good idea of how to keep ourselves clean. So first one, we have learnt in the last class, when we cough or sneeze, we have to have the handkerchief and cover when we cough or sneeze. After using such handkerchief, we have to wash our hands properly. So there is a method for washing your hand actually. When you wash your hand, you have to rub your hand both properly, and then in between the fingers also we have to wash, and top of the hand and the bottom of the hand you have to wash it properly. You count at least 20, till 20 you count and wash your hand. That is minimum 20 minutes or 20 seconds you have to wash your hand. That is must. 20 seconds is must. Because some people just they will pour within 2 minutes or 2 seconds they will just leave it as such, but 20 seconds is must for washing the hand. Next is after using a tissue or a handkerchief, we have to wash our hand. Next, after touching any part of the body, after your makeup or after handling some object, or if you are doing any work, or if you are sweeping or you are helping your mother, before and after you have to wash your hands. That is must. Next one, before and after eating also we should wash our hands. And don't forget, after using your toilet you should wash your hands. That is must, because your nails will have the germs. Sure, if you wash your hand, the germs will get rid of you. The next one, you may be helping your mother in cooking or washing vessels. Before you do the work and after you do the work, it is best to wash your hand. Important thing. Serving food. Nowadays, you are all at home and you will be serving food to your parents. I believe so. Please, if you are not doing it, please do it. That is a very important thing, and you will learn the consistency, the patience to serve food. That is very, very important. That patience you will learn from serving the food. So you serve the food to your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother. Yes, never miss that chance. So you serve your food. Before serving the food, you have to wash your hand thoroughly and then serve your food. Whenever you touch any eatables, please wash your hand and eat. That is very, very important, because personal hygiene is very, very important to prevent us from diseases. Next, you have to consume lots of water. That is very important. And food, healthy food, hygienic food we have to take. Already we have discussed about the uncovered food and covered food. So we have to consume only the covered food, not uncovered food which is available in the roadside. So healthy food is very, very important aspect. And one more suggestion I would like to give you. Actually, your digestive system will get confused if you take food and water together. When you eat food, at least half an hour gap. You have to give a half an hour gap. After that, consume water. Your digestion will go on properly. I will tell you the reason also. In your stomach, there is an acid, hydrochloric acid, right? Hydrochloric acid is there. When you consume food, the hydrochloric acid mixes with the food. So when you pour water, instead of acidic medium is made alkaline immediately. Okay? That will disturb your digestive system, and getting easily digested will be a very difficult task. So hereafter you follow this. When you take food, for half an hour, never drink water. Allow the natural digestion to occur in your body. After half an hour, you take water. That is best digestion. You will not get any indigestion problem. Please follow this. You will feel the change. Now let us see some of the do's and don'ts. At this corona time, we should know some do's and don'ts. First one, we drink water. I think you are drinking sufficient amount of water every day. I believe so. If not, please do it. You have to drink boiled water. That is best. Nowadays, boiled water is given more preference. You have to drink boiled water. Second one, undercooked food. That is, half cooked food we should never eat. It should be properly cooked. Next, you should not wash your hand only with water. You have to wash your hand with soap and water. Because, why I say this? You would have known this fact, but anyway I want to remind you, that is, every microorganism will have a fat layer around it. It is like an oil. it will stick to our hands. When you wash your hand with soap or water, this oil content along with microorganism will be washed off. If you use only water, imagine you soak your fingers in oil. You just rinse your your hand with water. Whether oil stain will go? Absolutely not. The oil will not go. So use soap and water to wash your hands so that germs will never stay in your hands. Okay. Next important thing is vaccination. Vaccination is very important. At the right time, at the right age, we have to give vaccination. Next disease, next human disease is hepatitis A. Itis, remember, H-E-P-A, hepatitis, H-E-P-A means it refers to liver. Okay, I-T-I-S, itis means inflammation, inflammation. So this word means inflammation of the liver. It is caused by hepatitis A virus. Okay. Mode of transmission is water, and we have to drink boiled water, and vaccination is must. Now in this slide you can see different types of virus. Hepatitis A virus, hepatitis B virus, hepatitis C virus. Hepatitis A virus causes hepatitis A. Hepatitis B virus causes hepatitis B. Hepatitis C virus causes hepatitis C. So based on the virus strain, we call the name of the disease. The next disease, important disease, malaria. It is a vector-borne disease. Already we discussed about this. Malaria is caused by a protozoan. The name of the protozoan is called Plasmodium. In the next slide, I will show you the names of this parasite. Plasmodium is the name of the parasite. So vector, this mosquito will carry the protozoan from the infected person to healthy person. For example, if the mosquito bites a infected person, it will take the parasite from the infected person. Once again it goes and sits on a healthy person. With its needle, it will just insert the parasite into the healthy person's body. Automatically, healthy person also will be affected. Now here are the names of the protozoan called Plasmodium. First name, there are actually 5 species. I will tell you all the 5 species name. Try to learn it. Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium knowlesi. So these are the 5 species of Plasmodium. Those who are interested to learn the names, try to learn all these 5 names. Really it will be useful. Learning will never go waste. Okay. So what are the preventive measures we have to follow? First one, we have to use a mosquito net to prevent the entry of mosquitoes. The next one, we should not allow the water to stagnate. Now let us move on to the diseases which are caused in animals. First disease is called foot and mouth disease, and it is a viral disease. In that foot and mouth disease, blisters may occur in the mouth and foot of cattle. That is the symptoms of foot and mouth disease. The next disease is called anthrax. It is caused by a bacteria called Bacillus anthracis. Here you can recall, Robert Koch discovered the bacteria which causes this anthrax disease in animals. Next, in plants. Coming to the last part, disease in plants. So if we take disease in plants, one important disease is citrus canker. Here you can see the word citrus. Mostly this disease is affecting the citrus fruits. Okay, this disease affects the citrus fruits. The organism responsible for this citrus canker is a bacteria, and it spreads through air. Mode of transmission is air. Next disease is called rust of wheat. Next disease is called rust of wheat. It is caused by the microorganism fungi, and through air and seeds it will spread. So you can see these are the leaves of the wheat where like a rust it appears. It is called rust of wheat. Last disease yellow vein mosaic of bindi or okra. Bindi or okra is nothing but lady's finger. This is a disease which affects lady's finger plants. It is called yellow vein mosaic disease, and it is causative organism is virus. Mode of transmission insect, that is the vector-borne disease. Insect will just bite and it will carry to the next leaf. So insect is the mode of transmission. So this is the plant disease. It shows the yellow vein mosaic of bindi, that is okra. So I think you have learnt about some of the diseases which cause in humans, in plants and animals. I think you have understood the concepts. Don't forget to write the zoological names in your hints note. I think you have understood the concept. Let us meet in the next session. Thank you, my dear friends.